If you're a retail investor, you've got investments into funds, what should you do in these volatile times? Faye D'Souza is here to tell us precisely that. So Faye, the question is simple. What should retail investors do?
So obviously this is a time when retail investors are going to want to panic, but my first instruction is don't panic, stay calm. Do not stop your SIPs. Do not pull out any equity investments. This would be a really bad time to pull out any of your equity investments, whether they're stocks or they're mutual funds. Just don't do anything. Now, if we look at the returns over the last 1 year, a very interesting trend we saw was the large cap mutual funds didn't do much. They stayed at an average at 0 to 2%. Some of them were in the negative. Mid cap mutual funds, on the other hand, sometimes gave returns of 15 to 20%. So we had a lot of investors, we've noticed, over the last couple of months sort of chase those returns and move their money into mid-cap funds. Those investors are likely to see even more pain going forward. So if you're a mid-cap fund investor, you really should be very, very strong and have a strong stomach over the next couple of months and just stay invested. Actually, investing in an SIP in a mid-cap fund at this point might actually pay you great dividends going forward if you can hold for the long term. Long-term investors, if this is your retirement money, then this is just an opportunity to buy. So continue your SIP and don't panic, don't do anything. The interesting other angle that we should look at as retail investors is that of real estate. Now, we know obviously whenever the stock market does really well, there are big investors who take their returns off the stock market and use it to buy real estate. That sort of inflow will start to come down when the market does badly. This means that an industry that's already under pressure as far as real estate is concerned is possibly going to feel more pressure. So if you're a home buyer, go out now, drive a really hard bargain over the next couple of months and buy that dream home because it is going to come well within your reach.
There are many promising funds, but among the small cap, I still feel that the kind of selectivity these fund managers bring about, on a day like this, they all look just as bad. But on a medium-term basis, I think they still hold out. They build a very strong case for themselves. Look at the Franklin Smaller Companies Fund or BNP Paribas fund or the DSP BlackRock Micro Cap Fund or Reliance Small Cap. I think that if you look at it on a long-term basis and if you look at it from a SIP perspective, these funds turn out to be far more rewarding for investors if somebody is able to withstand the wild movement they demonstrate.